Observation. Jonathan Bartell, Space Agent. Written and narrated by Patty Jansen. Chapter 1. The surface harvester was a huge, imposing chunk of metal that combined high-tech electronics with heavy-duty crunchers, grinding blades and harvesting arms. It rumbled over the concrete, inaudible in the vacuum of the dock, but Vijay could feel it through the soles of his boots. A spear of sunlight slanted into the metal-plated side, showing the blazing logo of LE, Lunar Exploration, and fine moon dust that spilled from the crevices in its caterpillar wheels as the machine lumbered out of the dock onto the lifeless plain. Vijay pressed himself into the black shadow behind the door, where he knew the driver couldn't see him unless he checked his side or rear cameras, and those cameras stayed focused long enough to adjust for the sharp contrast between sunlight and shadow. His heart beat quickly in his throat, and in absence of any other sound, the hissing of his breath through the mask was deafening. He checked his pack. Water, check. Tools, check. Computer, check. Keys, check. Tons of metal passed and passed and passed. He held his breath. Come on, come on. There was the rear of the vehicle. Vijay judged the distance, bent his knees, and, when the harvester was almost out of the dock, jumped. His gloves slapped onto the telescope beam that held the rear scoop. The non-slip surface allowed him to grip the smooth bars. He pulled himself up by swinging his legs, climbed over the lip of the scoop, and tumbled unceremoniously into the darkness within its giant metal maw. He hit the bottom of the scoop on his side. Oof! Now to hoping no one had seen him, or there would be all sorts of hell to raise. Anyone who left the base was meant to sign out and comply with 1,000,000 safety regulations. Warneke would have his head if he found out. Vijay shuffled against the side of the scoop that was closest to where, 3 levels above, the driver would sit in his little cabin. There was a camera mounted on the outside of the vehicle that allowed the driver to see if the scoop was full, but it couldn't see right to the bottom on this side. Vijay had tested that. He waited. He only saw the black sky with its unblinking firmament of stars. Earth was too low on the horizon for him to see it from his position. The harvester lumbered on. These types of vehicles were not fast. It would take half an hour to cover the distance to the mining base.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?